Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go into game number 2 with Jinro and Morrow. It is going to be on Daybreak, so let's go ahead and kick it off. Over here, in the top right-hand position, Elliot.
Actually, you know, that's actually really cool. Jinro is like all shadow. It is Jinro. Like, if you look at the thing, normally it's like a generic guy that we see in everything, but that is Jinro. Just shaded.
I didn't see that. It's awesome.
That's pretty sick, man. What do I say about the graphics, people? Ho, not that bad. Thank you, Josh.
They're on another level?
In the top right corner.
They on the another level?
They are.
Okay.
They be.
They
be on another level.
They be down here, okay? Season 3, they're all the way up here.
All right, now you finally get my reference when I said that.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
You didn't get it originally, but now you finally do. In the top right, we have a man who's been constantly elevating his play. And a man of self-improvement. His name is Jonathan Walsh. You could also know him as Liquid Jinro, the yellow Terran from Team Liquid. In the bottom left, we have none other than Stefan Andersson, another man from Sweden, the red Zerg from Mouse Sports CC. And Morrow has really good ZVT win rates. In fact, it's over 60%. And, you know, he's a really great player. Can he come back in this series? We'll find out on a map of his choice. It is Daybreak.
I did the spinny zoom-in thing.
I know.
I thought you would appreciate that.
That was really cool. That was very Star Tale Legend-esque.
Thanks.
Or dare I say, legendary.
I don't get it.
Star Tale Legend is the observer.
Can
so
you
I
explain
said
a little bit more?
that was legendary.
Not bad.
Elliot gives me the word.
Not bad.
Not bad, Roddy. Not bad.
You told that to me straight away.
Oh,
You notice how he always says straight away?
Andre, you're really good at StarCraft and Smash Bros. And a lot of video games you play, but accents are not one of them, man.
Excuse me, I can do an awesome Gollum accent.
No, please don't do it.
So
Please don't do
how
it.
dare you?
No.
My Gollum accent is probably the best in the world.
Oh, gosh.
The
Andy
other
Serkin
accent
will
I
literally
can do
come out of
is
retirement
Shang
just
Tsung.
to...
I can do Shang Tsung really well,
Slap
too.
you.
And if you say otherwise, you deserve a smack in the face.
Morrow's drone is getting smacked in the face for taking the extractor. And Jinro, of course, he is going for a fast command center without gas originally. Now, it's cool because Morrow knows Jinro wants to double gas after that fast command center, so that way he can transition to, you know, his reactor Hellions and whatnot. And wow, look at that. Morrow, he almost actually escaped there. If Jinro didn't put up the supply depot, he would have gotten out of there. Pretty cool.
It does. Double gas does go down. I would have actually preferred him to keep that drone on the extractor. I like that a lot more.
Yeah, stall it more.
Because you know your drone is going to die, right? If it gets canceled. You know your drone is going to die.
Awful thing to say, man.
No, but look at it this way. You lose 8 minerals and the drone if you don't cancel it. If you do cancel it. If you don't cancel it, you lose 25 minerals and a drone.
If you take X over Y...
No, shut up. Okay, so it's a 17 mineral difference, and you're blocking your opponent from making an extractor or a refiner for quite a long time. Just finish it. 17 minerals, I'd take that.
Yeah, and you delay tech that Jinro clearly wants to get out. You can see he's going for reactor Hellion. This is just a pretty common transition that many Terrans end up doing. And, you know, just like you're saying, I wish he would have stalled it for just a little bit longer, but at the same time, you know, Morrow knows what to expect. He sees, oh, Jinro ended up taking that geyser, so he says double gas. He knows Hellions are coming, and he's getting 4 queens out, very systematic. A lot of Zergs do this. You can ask anyone. Leenock, Nest, T, DRG. They do all this stuff because it's good to just block your ramp, spread creep, especially on a map like Daybreak where there's 2 exits out of your natural, not just 1.
See how Morrow goes to go about this. We do have no gas up yet for Morrow, by the way.
Yeah, he's just pumping out drones. He's going to go up to 36 drones really quickly.
Notice all 4 gases at the same time, so we're probably going to see some sort of double evolution chamber style.
Yeah.
I would be surprised if we saw anything else, actually, because I think Infestor Zergling is the best style to actually do on this map.
Yeah,
Infestor Zergling Roach,
really
I should say
good.
that. Infestor Zergling Roach. Because Roaches are really important to keep you safe against the initial Hellions. And then you switch over to Mass Zerglings, but we'll see.
Jinro
Vamos a ver.
only making 1 more Hellion. No, actually just queued up another one. He was supply blocked, actually. And Jinro finally putting down a 3rd orbital command, or a 3rd command center. You know, maybe he turns that into a planetary, who knows, but Jinro in general loves it on this map specifically. Again, I watched the replays on this map. Jinro goes for that fast 3rd orbital command, puts on a lot of pressure with Marine tank nonstop, similar to game number 1. but more so he wants to get a stronger mid-game economy. Now he scouts this third here. Morrow uses his first 100 gas for speed, now getting out some roaches to defend. But Jinro has some pretty good information. He sees this third. Now how does a Terran respond to it, especially if they're going for a fast third?
They get their own third. That's really the only way. I mean, there's no big timings that you can do based on the fact that your production is pretty far behind, given that you went the command center instead of going additional barracks. So I don't think there's any big timings that Jinro can hit.
Well, you know, I was specifically I was baiting the question because I've seen Jinro's play in the past, so I kind of knew. I kind of cheated. But guys, keep in mind, this is live. This isn't replay at all. This is
no,
live
you watched this replay.
I watched this
beforehand.
replay.
We
of
just
them
cropped out
live.
this right-hand side. It's a special new program to make it look like all this.
Jinro specifically, when he sees this kind of style, he knows, you know, inevitably Zerg is going to go double upgrades. He goes double upgrades too, really quick. And you can see +1/+1 starting. So he knows, you know, Zerg wants to usually. He sees a third. He says, okay, Zerg's going to play for the mid game where they get sick upgrades and they do like all these crazy attacks everywhere. He's going to start his upgrades early as well, and I love that. And it's a really cool build. It's
really important to do that in TVZ. I mean, if you are behind. Well, no. If you're behind, it's terrible.
If you're behind, well, get more behind, right? Is that the saying?
You get more behind.
You get more behind.
That's what happens. No, the big thing is that carapace upgrade. If you have a carapace upgrade over your Terran opponent, then Ultras have a lot of timing. And that sounds weird, right? But when you pop out Ultras with 5 armor, they have a natural +1 armor, so it's 6 total armor against, let's say, a +2 attack Terran. Well, they're only dealing 8 damage.
So 2 damage a shot.
So 2 damage a shot. You have to shoot an Ultra like 30,000 times if you want to kill one.
And then they transfuse.
And then they transfuse, gain 10,000 health again, and then you have to do that all over again.
And the number, you know, Andre, you're the math guy, so I'm going to trust that those numbers were accurate. In the meantime, we do see some interesting numbers popping out here. +1/+1 about to finish from Morrow, but at the same time, Jinro's going to finish out, so he won't have that big advantage. Morrow's going for Spire yet again, so he really wants to utilize his Mutiling Baneling mid-game composition and just do it better in game number 2.
It's so interesting because I've seen Jinro clean up Mutastyles a lot.
Yeah, you know, Jinro's very comprehensive in his defense. He's really good with turret placement. I love look at it. He's already starting to work. He expects it. He knows it. And Morrow, he's a person with great control in general, so hopefully he can dodge it. And so we'll see a lot of maneuvering with Morrow with Mutalisks like last game. But the big thing is that this time, Morrow has more freedom because Daybreak, the way you expand is more linear. Compared to the way Jinro took a third that was kind of in a triangle formation, Jinro can set up traps.
That is such intelligence right there. I love what you just said.
Thank you.
Triangle, yeah.
Triangle, delta formation.
Delta formation.
Like that? Yeah.
Change in what?
Change in the expansion path.
Cool.
So Morrow.
I like that.
Morrow, well, because delta is also a triangle.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, thank you. You're picking up on that. Last time I said that with the Codecast, they're like, huh? Delta what? The airline?
Dude, I'm
like, continental. That's a continental formation. As they saw Mutas flying. I was like, that's not it at all. Oh, speaking of flying in, we have the Mutas coming in and picking up a lot of mules, and that's actually really important mining that Jinro's going to miss.
And the Mutas are going to swing around to the natural. Now, a lot of Jinro's turret placements are actually for zoning reasons, not so much for defense. He's trying to concentrate on defending via Marines than anything else. And the main reason for that is because he has double upgrades. 1-1. Let's go check the upgrades of these Mutas. 0-0.
+1 about to finish.
Yeah, and I do think that 1-1 is actually more than 0-0.
Last time I am the math
guy. I am the math guy. So you guys can trust me at home. Okay.
I'm having that moment in Family Guy where like there's only 5 tickets left and Pierre's like, oh, 3's been taken. That only means, and he does like a huge bunch of lab reports. And he's like, this many, and he puts out 2. So.
Dude, I love Family Guy when they're actually good.
Those were the days. Those were old school. But
even towards then, they were getting what's the right word for bad? Bad.
Mediocre. They jumped the shark. That's what it was. They jumped the shark. But you know, hopefully they can turn around. I don't know. They're still on the air. Simpson turned around too. They actually had some pretty good seasons.
I agree.
Morrow pumped out 17 drones. He is now at 87, and of course he did see the armory, the +1/+1 of the Marines, and so he only knows that he's going to fall, or actually he doesn't have the upgrade advantage, so he's just going to poke in anyways. Now he's going to pick off more of these mules, really keeping Jinro from being able to really use his macro mechanic. And as a result, Jinro's still been able to keep up in macro. He's equal in supply pretty much.
The income is really bad, though. There's just about 1,000 mineral lead for Morrow, and unfortunately, we're 14 minutes into the game, and Combat Shield is just about to upgrade, 10 seconds away. Combat Shield is one of the more important upgrades. Unfortunately, a call down supply had to be used over here. So Jinro is supply capped. Yeah. Supply capped as well. The one thing he has going for him, he still has his upgrades. 2-2 is finished. 3-3 can be on the way. He will have the upgrade advantage at that point. Yep. You can see the Hive is more than 100 seconds away since the Infestation Pit is still in progress. Yeah, the Infestation Pit to get +3/+3 really quickly and prepared for Hive tech is going to be extremely crucial. 31 Banelings in production for Mouse Sports Morrow. Now, the one thing I like is that Morrow hasn't lost too many mutas, so he hasn't had to replenish the pack. Because, you know, you need a certain amount of mutas to basically have integrity. Otherwise, Terran could just laugh it off and, you know, leave a few Marines. Oh my. Speaking of Marines, Jinro's moving out here with a lot of them. Yep. Morrow, he's maxed out. Oh, no. He needs to siege up because the Banelings are going to hit really nicely. And he's going to go on the siege tanks. That isn't the best option, but the siege tanks all get mutilated. And now Morrow's just going to keep pushing forward. This is not looking good for Jinro. Yeah, Jinro overstepped his bound. He was on creep, so it didn't matter that they were clumped up. The Banes could run by anyways. GG. Jinro will tap out, ladies and gentlemen. Morrow takes the game. And here comes the incoming Swish graphics. And Stefan Anderson showing really good timing and patience. And it was just, you know, he was like, oh, okay, you know, I'm going to make a bunch of units max out. He had 87 drones, too. His drone timing was impeccable that game and was able to really capitalize on his economy. And you were saying he was jumping ahead of Jinro. And at that moment, Jinro moved out was the time that I think prepared. That was the weird timing for Jinro to actually move out. He can actually receive the Zerglings, Banelings, Mutas for quite a long time, seeing as his opponent really overmade Mutas. When you see 20 Mutas? Yeah. Okay. Hold on. When you see 20 or 30 Mutas, you just say, wait till max out. Don't do anything. Why? Because there's two options that can happen. Either you max out, he does a really, really bad engagement, or excuse me, you don't max out, but you defend, he does a bad engagement because you have the defensive posture, and then you can be cost efficient, counter push. Or the other way is you max out to 200-200, and 200-200 against 200-200 Zergling Baneling Muta is actually really bad for the Zerg. It's really empty supply. Exactly. There's a lot of empty supply. So you can normally take advantage of that with great positioning, your Marines in place, your siege tank sieged. That would be always great. That would be really good. So I think Jinro kind of misplayed that. He might have been really frustrated with all the pressure that he received from those, you know, little tiny attacks at the third. But, you know, congratulations to Morrow for taking game number 2. We'll find out who's able to take game number 3, the last game of the night. Thank you so much to Kingston HyperX. No, not a last game. Don't forget the StarCraft. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Man. Thank you so much to Kingston HyperX. They know what they're talking about with all of their technology, SSD, and memory. Check them out at kingstonhyperx.com. That 90 gigabyte SSD. This thing is so handsome. You better keep an eye on it, Andre, or I might take it for myself. Yep. We'll be back after a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere. The conclusion of this series was about to happen and after this commercial.